In this video, we're going to talk about how to prevent hunchback posture. If you've been worried about your hunchback posture because you feel like you look like a troll, or because you're having trouble breathing, or you feel like it's affecting your shoulders and something hurts here and your neck is starting to look really funky, then you're going to want to watch this video, because we're going to talk about how you can prevent hunchback posture with some simple practical steps. And if you watch to the end of this video, you will learn my favorite technique for making sure I don't end up with a hunchback, even if I'm working at the computer all day. First, we need to understand what causes hunchback posture. And to be really brief, it's all about RPP, repeated position practice. Put really simply, if you repeatedly practice a specific position, you're going to get good at that position. So if you're constantly putting yourself in hunchback posture, you're going to end up with more hunchback posture. Therefore, if we want to prevent hunchback posture, we're going to need to get ourselves out of it and keep ourselves out of it throughout the day. Now let's talk about simple things that you can do to prevent hunchback posture. Number one is to have some work options. And I don't just mean making sure you have multiple jobs so you're working nonstop. I mean, you want to have different positions that you're working in throughout the day. Some people like having sit-stand desks. Some people like having a treadmill. Some people like to work on the floor, which may sound weird to you, but I really love working on the floor. It's fantastic. Working on the floor can be as simple as setting up a stack of books and putting a laptop on top of it. It could be writing with paper and pen on the floor like you used to do when you were a kid. This gives your body a chance to practice different positions, which helps you get out of hunchback posture. I'm not saying that any of these positions is a perfect ergonomic position. The reality is, there's no such thing as an absolutely perfect position that you should be keeping your body in all day long. Get up! Your body is designed for movement, so it's really important to keep your body moving into different positions if you want to prevent hunchback posture. So whatever your work situation, whether it's work from home or working at an office, see what changes you can make to your workday so that you can be changing positions throughout the day. Step 2 is to improve your workstation ergonomics, especially if you are working on a computer, and really especially if you're working on a laptop or a tablet. Take an honest look at yourself when you're working on your computer. If you've got a desktop and you have the monitor set in such a way that you're constantly stuck in a hunchback, or your chair is set up in a way that you're stuck in a hunchback, then you need to make changes. Get a mirror or set up your phone and film yourself from the side and see what it looks like, and make some changes that'll help you get in the right position. If you are working on a laptop, then I highly encourage you to get a separate mouse and keyboard and a couple of yoga blocks to help you set up the right height and arrangement for these things. I love using a laptop to get work done. I'll throw it on the floor and get into weird positions with one. But the reality is, if I'm working on one all day in a really crunched up position, I'm gonna feel like garbage at the end of the day. My posture is gonna be worse, my breathing is gonna be worse, my shoulders, my hands, my wrists, everything is gonna feel terrible unless I'm in a decent position using a separate keyboard and mouse, and also moving around and changing positions throughout the day. Your keyboard and mouse do not have to be super expensive. You just get a simple keyboard and mouse, and that alone will help you improve your posture while working on a laptop. If you work regularly on a tablet device, then again, I strongly recommend you get a stand for the tablet and then a separate keyboard and mouse. Whether it's a desktop, laptop, or tablet, you don't want to have the screen set so low that you're constantly stuck in a hunchback just to see what you're working on. Improving this will improve your posture. Let's look at strategy number 3, step 3, stage 3. It involves the thing you love the most in your life, the thing that you cannot live without. It's your phone. You need to improve the way and the amount you use your phone. So first, let's talk about how you use your phone. Normally when we use our phones, we tuck our heads down into the floor and we are staring at this screen for minutes or even hours at a time. If you're on the couch This can turn really bad for hunchback posture. If you're standing around outside completely ignoring your surroundings for long periods of time, this is also not great for your hunchback. One strategy to improve how you use your phone is to lift it higher up so you don't have to tuck your chin so much and tuck your body in and shift your spine into that hunchback posture. If you're at home or you're somewhere you feel comfortable, you can get up against a wall and use the phone either sitting down and bolstering your arms on your knees, or you can have the phone in front of you with your arms propped up against the wall. Both these options help you maintain better thoracic spine position while you get lost in the addictive, spiraling, whirling cesspool of hatred, vitriol, and insults that is the internet. It's also very important to limit the amount of time you're on the phone. Now, you might be thinking, I can't limit the amount of time I spend on the phone. Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding you. It's really important for your physical and mental health to limit the amount of time you spend on the internet. As I mentioned before, poor posture is all about RPP. It's about repeated position practice. So if you are constantly practicing the same hunchback posture because you're drawn into your TikTok, your YouTubes, and your IG whatevers and Facebooks, and guess what? You are repeatedly practicing that position, and you're not going to get the improvements that you want. In addition, you're probably going to give yourself all kinds of practice at feeling anxiety, depression, envy, jealousy, and anger, all of which are also not good for you and will also be bad for your posture and your sense of humanity and your sense of happiness. Damn! So, limit it. Recent editions of Apple iOS and Android 10 have really great digital well-being tools that you can use to limit your screen time. If those softer touch tools on iOS and Android don't seem to work well enough for you, meaning you keep doing an end run around them, then I strongly recommend getting a friend or loved one to set parental controls that only they have the code to, so that you can no longer be abused by your phone. A fourth very important strategy to prevent hunchback posture is to get some movement, some activity, some exercise that directly gets you out of hunchback posture. That may mean very specific corrective exercises, which you'll find tons of videos about that. I will link to the Hunchback Posture playlist down below. That may mean finding another activity that gives you an opportunity to open your body, breathe well, look around, and feel better. It could be yoga, it could be gymnastics, it could be hiking, but not with a super heavy backpack. For me, surfing is a perfect option because it gets thoracic extension, helps me improve my hunchback posture, and if I do a bad job of any of that, I end up nosediving and drinking a lot of seawater. I strongly recommend finding some kind of outdoor activity that is engaging enough to keep you motivated and coming back and doing it more and more, because that is huge for your physical health, your posture, and your mental health. Finally, I want to mention one of my favorite techniques to prevent hunchback posture, and it's related to all those workday tips that I gave earlier. It's very easy to get stuck in hunchback posture while you're working on whatever projects. So one thing that can be really helpful is to use the Pomodoro technique, which is to set a 25-minute timer for productivity. While you're working, that timer is counting down. At the end of that 25 minutes, bing, beep, 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 the alarm goes off. You take a 5-minute break to go stretch, move, do something besides work. After 5 minutes, you go back and then you work for another 25 minutes. So you break up your work periods into these sections with prescribed, non-negotiable break periods. If you can do this, it really helps you get movement in your day and helps you prevent hunchback posture. If you're looking for a way to prevent or improve your hunchback posture with simple exercises and lifestyle tips and guidance, then I invite you to go to uprighthealth.com/hunchback to sign up for the Hunchback Fix. If you're looking for more free resources, be sure to check out the links in the description box and at the end of this video. I'm Matt Shute from Upright Health, reminding you that pain sucks, life shouldn't.